The new matte black finish. Stylish, ultra smooth, quiet, vibration free, and acetone resistant. I am Manny Pro Passport. Together, the brand new ergonomically correct KP60 handpiece, which is more compact, lightweight, and more powerful than ever before. We are Phantom. For more information, contact us at 1-800-994-5872 or visit us online at www.KUPAinc.com. The new matte black finish. Stylish, ultra smooth.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of KUPA TV Live on Facebook. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Elaine Watson and I'm your host, as always. And today we're going to have a very special guest. I can't wait to introduce her. It's somebody we haven't had on the show before, so that's really exciting for us. But before we go there, I want to tell you what today's giveaway is. Today we are going to be giving away the Triptych Powders Kitten Face Sci-Fi Crush. We're also going to be giving away our Gelfinity UV LED top coat, soak-off gel top coat, the tackless one that everybody loves, our Harmony cuticle oil, and we're also giving away one of our shaper files and our shaper buffer files. And the reason we've done that is because my very special guest has used these items during today's broadcast. So that's what you're getting, and that entire thing, I think if I recall, was like a total retail value of like $40 or $50. So awesome to whoever wins. But, and to sign up to win, can't forget to say this, you need to go to KUPAinc.com/pages/win. The link will be in the chat. Sarah's in for Rachel today, and she'll put that there for you. Sign up to win. Stay in the chat, interact, ask questions, and at the end of the broadcast, we'll pick a winner, and you have to be there to win. And then, for any of you who don't win it, it's okay, you're always a winner. We have a promo code for you today, which is KTV7, where you'll get 25% off at KUPAinc.com. And that is excluding no classes, workbook, parts and services, and repairs. So, now that I've got that over with, I can finally introduce our very special guest. And there's a little backstory to this before I introduce her. We put out, back in April, for the first time, a talent search, where we were looking for some new blood to have on the show, but the requirement was we needed people in our area. So KUPA put out a talent search request, and I got lots. When I tell you how many, I was busy for days, going through all of the people who submitted and then asking them to submit videos of themselves and going through all the hoops. And my very first, very special pick happened to be our guest today. And I would love to give a warm welcome to Gabby Espino.
Hi, how you doing?
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
How brave are you?
Very brave. I'm very excited. I just love your guys' products, and so when I saw the opportunity to be here, I jumped on it. Literally was jumping up and down.
I was so impressed. I'm so impressed at anybody who jumped at the opportunity and responded. But like what everybody may not know is we asked for 4 pictures of their nails. So we asked to see some of your work and a little bit about you. And then once I saw the pictures, I would email each individual and say, okay, we love what we saw now. Will you please send me a video of you talking on camera, because we want to make sure, you know, you got a little spunk.
A little bit.
I put a little energy in it, and your video was so cute.
Thank you. Yeah. I locked myself in the bathroom to do that, and I did it like 80 times, but it was worth it.
Well, the clip you sent was the winner.
Yeah, it was. It was the last one.
I don't even know, Jess Alexander Snyder, who was our host last week while I was out and about, or was it 2 weeks ago? I'm losing my dates now. You happen to already know her.
Yes.
And at the end of your video, and I don't even know if I've told her this, at the end of your video you put, make sure you say hi to Jess.
Oh, yes, I did. I met her a couple of years ago at one of the shows, and I used to watch your guys' videos on YouTube, and that's where I recognized her from. So I had a little bit of a star moment when I saw her, and I was filming a YouTube video for myself, and I was like, oh my God, and I was just so excited to meet her, and we became friends. So.
Well, I found out after the fact too that Sarah, one of my coworkers, actually follows you on Instagram.
Oh, does she? How cool! That's
I know.
exciting.
So
I
it
love
was
social
crazy.
media.
So you were already known.
It was kismet.
Here. I know, it really was kismet. We're excited that you could be here. Tell the viewers though a little about yourself. Like, how long have you been in the nail industry?
Oh goodness, a little bit about me. I've been doing nails for a while now. I was 14, 15 when I started out in Mexico.
Awesome.
I did it out there for a couple years, and I moved back to Southern California 2011, and I went to school for it, and I fell in love with it, and you know, here it is.
And here you are.
Here
now.
I am, yeah.
And you've got a family.
I do. I have a family. I have 2 little girls who are watching. Hi, Cece. Hi, Nana. I love you.
I was going to say, and then you should probably say hi to the rest of them that are watching.
Take your vitamins.
Yeah, take your vitamins. Yeah, and you said some of your family's tuning in to watch
Yes,
today.
all my family and my friends, thank you so much for watching me. Please do.
Nothing more important than love and support them from friends and family.
And they're my biggest fans. They let me practice on their hands, and you know, it's just so exciting to be here.
Got
Thank
you where you are today.
Yes.
Well, this is awesome. So I took one of Gabby's pictures and that you had sent, one of your submissions, and I said, can we recreate this look? Because I really like it, and I think it would be something different that we haven't shown, you know, lately. And so we asked Gabby to come in and film the step-by-steps on how to do the creation. But before we do, the first video is basically you prepping the nails and preparing them. So let's run that first video footage, and Gabby's going to tell us exactly what she was doing through the whole thing. I'm going to be monitoring your chat. So make sure that you ask questions of her and I and KUPA, whatever, and I'm going to be paying attention to my iPad here and getting your questions on air.
Awesome.
So let's roll that footage.
All right. All right, so here I took your guys' amazing cuticle pusher. I love this because it's dual-ended.
I love that one
and
too.
I just pushed back her cuticle. She really didn't have much, but the very little that she did, I was able to push it back with a cuticle pusher. Very lightly so, not pushing too hard. She has amazing hands. I just want to say that our model I really didn't have to do much as far as prepping. I took the Divinity 100/180 file just to remove the shine there. I like this file just because of the shape of it.
I do too.
It makes it so easy to work with. And yeah, I was just basically removing the shine. Like I said, you don't really have to do much if you have great product like KUPA does for it to adhere.
We are definitely not fans of etching a nail plate, just lightly removing any of that natural shine.
Exactly. So
I love too that you chose to do this by hand, because we are an e-file company and we do sell hand files.
You do.
And so I think we kind of show hand file prep more than we show, e-file prep more than the hand file, so I was glad you did that.
Yeah, well here I just removing the little extra dust. Like I said, it wasn't too much, and that file is so smooth. Even the 100 grit is smooth, so you know, it didn't rough up the nail too much. So here I was taking a tip. I personally like to work with tips for time's sake, you know, tips are just faster.
I started on tips.
Yeah, right?
I learned sculptured later, and so I love being able to do both. I have times where I would rather use a tip, and I have times I would rather use a file.
It depends on the client
too. Yeah, it
just
depends. Yeah, on the situation.
Yeah, here I use the tip, and I use clear tips just because this particular one is very sturdy, so it makes it easier for me to file. Like I said, she has such pretty hands. I was so scared to put a tip on her. I felt so bad.
I have your first question from Alicia Schmidt,
go.
one of our regulars. She says, what does Gabby prefer to do more, gel nails or acrylics? Do you have a preference?
Yes, acrylics for sure.
Yeah.
I am an acrylic junkie. If you were to see my drawers as far as how much acrylic I have,
it's like
a little overwhelming. Yes.
It's like an addiction for anybody who does acrylic. They have 1,000,001 jars.
Exactly. Well, here I grabbed your guys' tip cutter, which was so lightweight compared to the ones I've used before. I will say that. I liked it.
It's really sharp too. I really like it.
Oh
you can tell too on a clear tip, if you don't have a good blade, you'll see little micro shatters.
Yes, exactly. So I went ahead and I cut her tips to the desired length there. And
this was a cute trick, I thought, for salon people. And you're using, those look like toenail cutters, but they're straight edge.
Yes, they are straight edge toenail cutters. A trick that I learned a while back when I actually lost my scissors. So I improvised and I actually stuck with it just because it gives that really straight edge that we're looking for. You don't have to file as much.
Jenny Lockhart Lester says it's awesome seeing hand filing because we're not allowed to use e-file for the test. So thanks, Gabby.
Oh, no problem.
See, I knew you'd get some. Tiffany Marie
help.
wants to know, how do you apply your tips to keep them from curving downward when growing?
As far as the application, it really depends on the client.
I think so.
Yeah, it depends on the
client. Follow the growth. It really follows the growth.
Exactly. And then having a straight tip also helps a lot because there's curved tips and then there's straight tips. So. Yeah. Having a straight one.
I agree, because some of them do have an immense curve. Like if you take a tip and put it on a table and you can see it has a curve to it and the sidewalls don't touch the table, it's probably not good for somebody whose nails grow downward.
Exactly.
But when you're shopping for a tip, find a tip that has straight sidewalls so that when you put the tip on a table, the sidewalls are making contact with the table. Exactly. That would be better for somebody, I think, then. Yeah. I prefer tips like that, and I think it's just because of an eye for competitions where they judge. I'm always looking for those immaculate sidewall extensions.
And I would say straighter nails right now are a little bit more popular than curved.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it also depends on what part of the world you're in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so here I took the number 1, which I believe is
This
Peace.
is Peace. We have 3 products called Peace, Love, and Harmony for anybody who doesn't know.
I love that.
Yeah, so the Peace is the pH bonder dehydrator.
Exactly.
And Love is the primer.
And I love this because, the feeling of it going onto your nails, just a cooling feeling. And every single time I do it, clients are always like, ooh, that feels so good.
This is super cute. Glam Nails says, hi, Gabby. It's your BFF, Abby. We met at KUPA on Monday. So excited to see you here.
Yay!
Yeah, because you were here for the demo day.
I was. I made a lot of friends. I'm glad to see you guys joining in.
I know. I love it.
So here we're doing the Love, which is number 2, which is the acid-free primer.
Acid-free primer.
Also one of my favorites.
When I was watching your video, well, I'm going to wait till the next video because I don't want to give it away.
Well, yeah, there was my prep.
Yeah. So there's prep, which usually I don't get a lot of comments on prep because we all been down that route for centuries. Niece Norwood, I see your comment, has thrown out Skittles. And for anybody in the chat who doesn't know what Niece is talking about, she's talking about the fragrance of Harmony.
And it does smell like it.
Jess has said it numerous times on our videos. And so now everybody knows, when we're talking about Harmony, we're talking about Skittles, the smell of Skittles. Oh, Cindy Cole, we're sorry you missed demo day too. Aww. Yeah, we do once a month at KUPA, or sometimes twice a month, we do free education where we invite anybody to come, spend the day 9 to 5. We have 3 educators on site who are, scrolling through our video system on 5 or 6 TVs in the room. And we have a whole demo day. We give away free gifts and have lots of fun.
Yes, and it's totally worth it.
Free.
Yes, it's free. If you guys are in the SoCal area and you can make the trip out here, it's really worth it. You guys get a lot of free education. You meet a lot of people. Yeah. And I learned a lot of stuff that myself doing nails for a while. Yeah. You always get feedback from one another.
Pretty amazing educators, and it's really cool because you learn something different from each one.
Exactly.
Like everybody has their own style of doing something or their own technique that they share. I have a question. This is a question for me. Jenny Lockhart. Oh no, whoops, that one. Wait a minute, it already scrolled. Tiffany Marie wants to know if Peace and Love are the same for number 1 and 2 in our Dipfinity, and I'm going to say. Similar, not the same, only because we have to balance what we do for a dehydrator and a primer with the chemical it's going with. So Peace and Love are meant to go with our hard gel system and our acrylic system, but we tweaked it for the Dipfinity adhesive because it's not in those families. So there is a method to my madness, not just to get you poor people to buy more product all the time. Oh, Niece Norwood, she's so funny. Sometimes I do my nails just to put Harmony on afterwards. I think it was Mie or one of the girls who said that they keep it in their car.
Yes.
Yeah, you should have cuticle oil everywhere anyways and be putting it on. If you live in California.
Oh my God, thank you.
How much do we use cuticle oil? Terry Trevisono, she says, do you not take the free edge of the natural nail down to the quick when applying a tip?
Like, do I cut the free edge? Is that
well,
what she's
she's saying, because I think what she's doing is she's observed that in your video you left the free edge. And I know sometimes, I'm going to say this much. You kept saying how beautiful our models' nail plates are.
Yes.
Sometimes when we do these demos, we actually do what's right for the model more than the education.
Exactly.
So what you've witnessed, but you still can. I've left nails on there. I've had clients come in and want to keep their natural nails. It's just, it can be a little bit of a problem later.
A lot of the times the client wants to grow out their natural nail. They just want that enhancement for the meantime. So I like to, if they ask me to, I'll leave it on there. If they don't, we'll cut it as much as possible and just, you know, put the
One thing I'll say though is keep them hydrated.
Yes.
Because if your natural nail grows out underneath and you're exposed to water and then they dehydrate and you're exposed to water and they dehydrate, that's when the curling happens. So that's when you use the Skittles cuticle oil.
Skittles. We're
just redoing
Skittles.
Sell it to all your clients.
Right.
Use it every day. All right. So, Phyllis Carlson says she keeps hers in her car. Her husband laughs at her all the time.
Totally
Good girl,
it.
Phyllis. You
Totally
keep using that cuticle oil. All right, so let's see what Gabby did when she applied the acrylic on those two nails. So let's run video number 2. Now this is where I was gonna say, so this is Kitten Face, y'all, and this is in the giveaway.
Yes, probably my favorite pink that I've seen in a while, just
because. It gets used all the time on our demos.
I don't know why. Oh, this is Sci-Fi Crush.
Sci-Fi Crush gets used all the time in the demos too.
I fell in love with these two colors just because they have, I don't know if you could appreciate it, but it has a little iridescence to it.
I love it.
Yes.
It's almost like Sci-Fi Crush reminds me of the makeup I put on my cheekbones.
I love it. The highlight.
Highlight.
Right.
And you chose to use our odorless monomer.
I did, and I'll tell you why. Not just because it is odorless, and you know sometimes the smell will get to you no matter how long you do nails, but because it has it gives you a little time to work with it. So especially for the design that I'm about to do, you'll see right now why I decided to use
When I pre-watched your videos, I gave you like a mental standing ovation because we never have anybody do the odorless demo on.
Really? Oh, well, I actually fell in love with it. I'll show you why right now, just because I needed that little extra time.
And for those of you who've never used an odorless, let me just tell you, it does look wetter because it is a different ratio than what you're used to with a standard traditional monomer. So you're going to notice she's working wetter.
Yes, I am. And for me personally, and again, this is a very personal choice, I like to have a little bit more leeway to work with because of the designs that I like to do on my clients. So yeah, you'll see right here I did almost halfway up to the nail, just because I wanted to leave a little bit more room to work with that cuticle space. You know, guys, how hard it is to get that cuticle to look nice and clean, not so bumpy. Right, so I grabbed another pearl. I did one more right there, brought it up, and I'm using a size, I want to say,
it was an 18.
18?
I actually watched your video to make sure I saw everything you used, and that is the Divinity number 18 brush. But you're so dainty with it.
You know what? I tried using the small ones ever since I started. I couldn't get the grip of it.
But like your brush hairs don't move. You're just so gentle and dainty with your big brush.
You have to be gentle with these.
You're gentle with the big brush.
I love it. And I like to use the big one just because I feel it gives me a little bit more control. But if you want to use a smaller one, be my guest.
The reactions from Niece Norwood and Tiffany are everything. Niece says, I love odorless. And Tiffany Marie says, ooh, learning a new liquid.
Well, try it out. If you guys haven't tried it out, go on the website and get yourself a little bottle. So I was just touching up a little bit more here and there. You'll see why I was being a little extra careful just because of the design.
Lucy wants to know what it is that you like about using a bigger brush.
With me personally, I feel a little bit more in control. I can grab a bigger pearl and work with it as opposed to adding a lot of pearls at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I will say, not just because I'm here, I've been using KUPA brushes for about 6 years now, and I haven't found a size 18 brush that I like as much as your guys'. I probably have 7. Yeah. So here I'm adding another one. Both of these nails were kitten face, so the design was with kitten face with both of them.
I love it. I have a Spanish.
Oh,
I'm gonna do my best Spanish.
Let's try.
Part of it I got. This is Madriz Claudia. She says, Buenos días a todas.
A todas.
A todas.
Oh, buenos días.
Buenos días. I love it. I'm so horrible. I'm parlez-vous français, on speak. But that's it. Like, I didn't even cover the Spanish. Well, which brings me to Valerie Ducharme's in the room, who is one of the NTNA finalists, and we'll find out in a couple weeks if she's the winner. So, bonjour, Valerie.
Hello.
I know. Tiffany Marie says amazing shape. She likes your shape.
Thank you.
Jenny Lockhart Lester says, yeah, I only use odorless. I'm actually allergic to regular monomers.
Oh, wow.
So she's not allergic to odorless. That's incredible.
Wow.
One of my clients is in there. I see you, Karen Kearns. I'll write you later. She's going to be in the area and wants to know if I can do her nails.
Yes. All right. So
her.
Here's the reason why I decided to use odorless.
Oh, this is the fun part, you guys.
Yes.
Thread.
I grabbed just a regular piece of thread from your corner store, and I chose red only because I wanted you guys to see it. I grabbed it between my 2 index fingers, and I'm cutting little sections right here to give you that quilted look. I don't know if you could really see it, but
yeah, you can. It's actually really clear. You can see it. And because you use the odorless, you do have more time to do this. It's cool.
It's probably,
I like quilted look.
I love the
quilted look.
I love it. And you guys can play with it here, you know. You can add as much or as many, or, you know, do different designs with that thread. So I did that there. I went back in and retouched it a little bit, just in case, you know, you have a little bit that moves.
Tiffany Marie is asking, it's more for me, I think, is the timing of the odorless similar to KUPA 3D monomer? I'm going to say no. They have their own different timings. She goes, I haven't used it yet, but would love to learn how to. Can we do a 3D show using it sometime? I am going to put that on the show list. Yes. It'll be a month out, though. I've got a month worth of shows planned, so I'll keep that on the plan. Okay, so let's see.
There's that. I covered
so now you're encapsulating.
Yes, I encapsulated just with a bead of clear. It doesn't have to be too thick because you don't want the nail to be too thick, but again, using the odorless just because I like it. Let's be honest. I just like the using that one. Oh,
this is a really technical question, and I want to still make sure you're able to do this at the same time.
Okay.
Lisa K is asking about the way that different liquids cure monomers.
Okay.
And she's talking about competition formula acrylic versus traditional, and she says sometimes with the fast sets, she feels the exothermic reaction, the heat, and that is normal if you work in a 1 ball method more often than if you work in 3 small beads, because more product will produce more exothermic reaction heat, and it is because it's curing so fast.
Exactly.
Which is the reason gels can get hot in a lamp too. They're curing so fast. It's called an exothermic reaction.
Yes.
Have a look. I'm pretty sure if you did a Google search, Lisa, you'll find a lot about exothermic reactions. So you keep talking. I'm going to keep looking.
So here I just encapsulated both of the pinks. I mean, it is the Triptych colors. They are, you know, acrylic. So correct me if I'm wrong, Elaine. You could probably go in and file them even without the clear.
Yes.
We'll see. You can go ahead and do that.
You can use the colors on their own. You don't have to encapsulate them. You can. You can.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, I think. Well, no, I'm not going to go there because I haven't done it. I was going to say another thing you could probably do.
Yeah.
Jason Monk is asking, was the clear odorless? Our powders are all universal.
Yes.
So the liquid is odorless, but the powders are universal.
Exactly.
Let's see. I have a lot of questions coming through right now.
Yay, that's good.
Glad to know this odorless works slower for cutting the acrylic. Thanks for the tip. Comes from Phyllis Carlson.
Awesome, no problem.
Jenny Lockhart Lester, love the look. Great tip. Lupe Donis. Hi, Gabby. Just want to let you know how proud I am of you, and thank you for keeping me motivated. Since day one at school, I loved your work.
Yay, thank you so much. Oh, that makes me feel so good.
Yeah, we can't miss things like that.
Yay.
Lisa K says thank you. Is that regular acrylic you're applying on top? You still use the odorless?
I use the odorless and I use the clear to encapsulate it, only because that's how I work. It gives me a little assurance that, you know, the color isn't going to go anywhere. Even though the Triptych colors, you know, you could use them on their own and they're very strong on their own, but just for a little bit extra.
Yeah, I find a lot of people prefer to encapsulate their colors. Yeah, and then if you're a pincher too, some people like to pinch. You know, curves. So if you do a really thin color first and give it a second to set up, you could do your pinching then and then just encapsulate with the clear and not have to pinch so hard. It looks like, oh, cute. Isabel Vasquez says, you go, Gabby. Keep doing what you do best.
Oh, thank you.
She even did muscles. You got 3 muscles.
So cute. Thank you. I feel so loved.
I know. And you know, this is where, and Jess always says this, women empowering women.
Yes.
We have the best fans.
Yes.
There's never negativity in our chat. It's always love, support.
I love it.
And yeah, we have great fans. And your people are clearly our people.
Oh my goodness. Oh yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, so, okay, so let's go to video number 3 because now we're gonna start doing finish filing, and some people who have never used odorless might find this to be a little different because you get that sticky layer.
That little tacky layer that you see, you don't see it, you feel it, and you think, oh my God, the nail's it's not ready yet.
Yeah.
When in reality, underneath. And you'll see what I do right now to check.
All the time. People are always, and actually before we cut to the video, I'll say this is so important. Tapping the handle of your brush on the nail. Tap, tap, tap. Even with that sticky layer, you get a different tap, tap, tap when it's cured versus when it's not cured.
Yeah, it's more of a
tap,
thump.
tap, tap.
I want to say it's more of a thump when it's not ready, and it's a click when it is. You'll see right now.
I get so many people who contact us and say, I've got this monomer and it didn't dry. And then I'm like, well, what are you using? Odorless. Oh, it's dry.
It's
Trust
dry.
me.
Just, you'll see.
So let's run video number 3
right.
and see that nail finish filing.
Perfect. So
I'm going to keep looking for your questions.
I went back with the file, the 100/180 to click. You see there, me clicking. And it was ready, so I start filing. I like to use a hand file before I go in with the e-file, just because I like getting that shape. And you see here those little pieces.
You can see it goos up.
Yes.
And I do have to say, you know, in manufacturing, a bonus or that you have with this product is when you finish file off that initial layer, it's really heavy chunks that fall to the table, and you can see it on the table.
Yes, exactly.
And so it's not airborne dust. It's a different kind of dust that drops to the table, which is good for our techs.
Right now with the hand file, I was just removing that tacky layer and trying to get an initial form.
Yeah, you got to get rid of it first.
Right. I like this shape of nails is probably, I'll say, one of my most popular with clients, the classic. I call it ballerina.
I know, I was going to say ballerina. I don't like calling it coffin. To me is so morbid.
You know what I heard one time and I thought it was hilarious? It was squareletto.
Squareletto.
It was like a square stiletto, and I thought it was the funniest thing.
Oh my God, that is hysterical.
So I'm just removing that little extra gunky, the tacky layer that I like to call.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I grab a little brush and I clean, and my brush matched my nails. I thought that was so cute.
Oh, Tiffany Marie says she recently switched to our acrylic and monomer, and it's made a huge difference in shaping while applying and timing. You can cut your finish time way down. Way to go, girl.
So here I grabbed the KP, I think it was 55? 60?
That's the safety bit, and that is the KP 60 handpiece with our Mani Pro Passport.
My favorite bit ever.
I know, I love
in the history of bits.
That one started with our very good friend Vicki Peters.
Oh, I loved it, just because it gives you that insurance of, you know, in case you get too close to.
I always say to my customers who have never used carbides and are scared of that sharp edge, give this bit a try.
Yes.
This is like switching up to carbide but with training wheels.
There you go. There you go. Just removing that excess, trying to shape up the nail. And I know different techs have different techniques as far as e-filing. I like to take my time. I will be honest, I haven't been using the e-file for too long. It's probably been like 5 years that I've been using it. And KUPA was my first drill, and it was the desktop one, the purple one. And I loved it because it matched my curtains at the time.
That was my first one too, but mine was back in the 90s when you were probably crawling around on hands and knees.
I loved it. All right, so here I went in just on the sides, and you don't see it on camera, but I switched it to reverse just to get onto the other side, because I am right-handed.
I know, some people don't realize that you can do directional filing. It's not about being right-handed, left-handed.
Exactly.
I love that you're saying that.
I tried it, and I just, to get that sharp edge that all my clients like on
Well, and
their
if you
left
don't,
side.
sometimes when one side or the other, depending on what direction you're filing in, you catch an edge and you the nail thumps and you jump and your client jumps.
It freaks you out.
So switching your direction is actually very smart.
So here I grabbed...
That's a cone bit.
The cone bit, yes. And I like to use this one to really go into the cuticle area, just to make sure it looks like that nail's growing out of your hand, as opposed to just sitting on top of it.
Yeah.
And this is a really good bit to use if you're scared to get too close to the cuticle. And I just went in and...
Yep, and get in tight and really just get it right down to the nail. Mostly getting a lot of comments, not questions, just cute comments. So I'm going to let you keep going. I want her to be able to teach you guys, so I'm not interrupting with the comments so much, but it's a lot of love. Most of it's love, 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 love.
So here I went back in with the hand file, and this one has the buffer I think, is it 180 on the other side? It's just the foam buffer, which
Oh
I
yeah,
love.
the buffer shaper. This is in the
Yes.
giveaway today too.
Oh yay!
I
So
threw
you
this
guys
in the
take
giveaway.
advantage.
Yeah, it's great too because if you are a tech who uses a buffer, if you're following state board and you're throwing it away after your client, at least you're getting 2 in 1
Exactly.
file. You're not paying for a buffer and
Yes.
paying for a file that's double-sided.
Took the words out of my mouth. And
Very
again, that
good,
shape.
cost-effective.
That shape.
I love it.
So here I went going in with the next one, and I do want to point out that I will go in and do all 10 nails with the file, and then all 10 nails with the e-file. Just here for teaching sakes, I did each nail on its own.
Time is money in the salon.
Exactly.
Tiffany Marie says she loves those files. Oh, Yolanda is asking the name of the bit. The first bit was the safety bit, which she's back to right now, and then the second bit she used was the cone bit. So the small skinny one was the cone. This is the safety.
This is the safety. Again, probably 2 of my favorites. And I'm not one to change bits too much.
Yeah,
I like to stick to probably like 3. But KUPA does have a wide variety of bits that you guys could look into. And everyone's different, like I said. Everybody likes to
has
use
a different ones. We have so many bits, and so many people are so unsure of how to use them that I think I'm dedicating my role at the demo table in Orlando to being you got bit questions, I got bit answers. So if you're going to be in Orlando, come see us at our booth and definitely see me, and I'll help you talk through your bit choices.
So we're just still cleaning it up, shaping up the nail. And again, this client couldn't have been more perfect.
I
She
know.
made it so easy for me to do everything.
Mindy Jones says she loves the marble nail on the thumb.
Yay. Oh, you got a glimpse of that.
Yeah, good eye.
Another one of my more popular
So you can tell you switched directions again, because that's what I'm talking about. If she hadn't have switched directions, she would have caught on that nail and it would have vibrated and everybody would have jumped. It scares you when it happens.
And then clients get iffy with the e-file.
So when your hand was off, you probably changed directions and you changed bits, because that's the cone.
This is the cone one. If you guys haven't tried it, use it to try to get close to the cuticle. I love it for that reason.
I like, though, that you did do your start to finish kind of on the first nail and you're repeating your steps on the second, because if anybody missed it, they're catching it again.
Exactly. So you go
Lucy wants to know, can you get into the cuticle area with the safety bit?
It depends on how you lay the acrylic, to be honest. If you can get it thin enough to the point where it's not too bulky, you can get into the cuticle area.
But that cone bit is a good tip.
Yes.
Yeah, if you can't quite get close enough with that safety bit, then you want a cone bit.
Exactly.
And get in there and that last little bit.
So we're buffing
No
her
pun
out.
intended. That last little bit. I love it.
All right.
Jayla Monk says, I wish you'd come to Tennessee.
Aw, I will be
For
there.
a few dollars, you too can have Gabby in Tennessee.
Yes, get me that ticket. I will be. Never
You
been.
send a ticket with a nice accommodation, and I
Right?
bet you could get Gabby
That
in
would be.
Tennessee.
Hey, I've never been, so you know.
I haven't
send
been
me
to
a
Tennessee
DM.
either. Maybe I'll jump in your luggage and go with you.
Right? Let's make a trip.
So Yolanda Gutierrez says she got here late. She wanted to know if you encapsulated after you did the pink acrylic, and
Yes.
you did.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep asking questions of Gabby. It doesn't have to be nail related. You know, it could just be business questions too.
Business questions.
Can be life questions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a life coach to all my clients. I don't know if it's happened to you, where you sit there and you learn their life story. If you've been with them for years and they just tell you, and you're just like, yeah.
I always say that we're the underpaid psychologists.
Yes, yes. Actually, it's funny you say that, because I told my husband, I was like, I'm gonna go get my my degree
in psychology,
like psychology or therapy, and then charge for the session, and then just do your nails on the
nails.
side.
That would be
it'd be better
the
money.
best idea I think ever. Okay, so we don't have any questions.
Right.
Oh, Claire Hansen says, hi, Eileen and Gabby. Claire from Leeds. She is in West Yorkshire, UK right now, and they're 8 hours ahead of us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they get to watch us in the evening at the end of their day.
That's a nice.
Yeah, we love UK.
Hi.
I love all my friends in the UK. What's the secret to applying colored acrylic? My applications look like Stonehenge. Philippa Felton wants to know.
Well, practice. First off, practice, and then if you have a great system like the triptych, am I saying that right? Triptych.
Yep, triptych. You got it right.
From KUPA, and again, not because I'm here. It really, the application is so smooth that you're able to just, you know, it just kind of slides off of the nail. And if you're using the odorless, it gives you time to work with it and shape it and mold it how you want to do it.
Yeah.
So
I always say with any product, the more you use it, the more you become comfortable with it. So keep practicing. Eventually, you'll turn those stone henges into a beautiful manicured lawn. So Lucy Perez says, how do you balance doing nails and your family life, your kids?
Well, for those who don't know, I just had a baby 3 months ago. So I actually stopped doing full-time nails. I had my own little salon and I was doing that. But my daughter, my oldest daughter, my 4-year-old Savannah, she would go to work with me. I had my own suite, so she was there from the time she was 1 up until last year when I stopped doing them. But I will take clients at home, and you just have to figure out your hours. Make sure that
squeeze them when you can.
Yeah, squeeze them in when literally. Like if it's 1 or 2 clients a day, and then eventually the kids get older, and it is hard. I will say that it's hard being a mom and being a wife and being a career woman.
But being in the beauty industry, I think, is so good for moms.
I mean, my daughter loves it. My oldest daughter, she actually watches these shows with me on Wednesdays. Hi, Nana. And it's fun to see them kind of incorporate themselves, because it's also an industry where it has that flexibility where you can take your kids to work with you most of the time, and if you can't, you figure out a way. It's just kind of like day by day.
It's definitely an industry that helps people with their lifestyles.
Exactly.
If you're a busy person and you're double teaming different things, you can work around it. And your clients, hey, listen, if your clients know your kids might be around, they come to you, they know that's going to happen.
They know.
Davina Curry, was it hard to build clientele with working out of your home? That's a good question.
Well, I actually just started working out of home, so my clientele was pretty set, but I will say that it is difficult bringing people into your home. So we all have those clients, I'm sure, that you're more comfortable with as opposed to the ones where it's just strictly professional relationship. At the moment, I just find myself doing those more friend-client relationship clients.
Yeah.
But it's hard. If you're working from home from the beginning, I will say it's even harder to build the clientele.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Work
for
those
sure.
customers you have already.
Social media.
Yeah, social media.
It's so easy nowadays to have, your own.
It's got to be scary a little bit too, inviting unknown people and letting them know where you live.
So my suggestion would be, if you could work a couple days like part-time with a salon, gain your clientele a little bit there, and then when you're lucky enough to be able to go on your own, or if you want to work from home, it's easier to build a clientele that way.
Yeah. Darlene Boyden says she switched from a traditional career to being a nail tech to spend time with her kids.
Oh, I love that.
Darlene, I know Darlene. I had a good one. Kavita Ramdas. Okay. I'm so sorry. I usually butcher names to death. Hi from Trinidad.
Wow.
She wants to know how she can get our kit. Kavita, you can go to KUPAInc.com and you can order online, and our products will ship wherever FedEx goes. So if FedEx goes to Trinidad, you're good to go. I have so many things coming. I'm thinking of, here's another one. Phyllis Carlson says she's thinking of starting an at-home, so any advice is good.
Yes. Go for it, guys. I mean, I quit law school to do nails.
Your parents must be proud.
They hated it. But you know what? I mean, I get to wake up every day and do what I love.
Exactly.
You can't change that.
You know what? You can't. My parents expected me to go to college for architecture. And when I told them that I was foregoing college, they were not happy. It went over.
And look at you now, traveling
and
the
look
world.
at me now, and they're so proud, and they're so happy I made the decision I did.
Yes.
So
follow your dreams.
Follow your
dreams. As cheesy as that
sounds. You won't work a day if you love what you do.
Exactly.
And we're on this precious earth such little time. You have to enjoy it. Okay, so let's see. I'm just seeing if there's any more questions before we go to the next video.
All righty.
I don't want to miss any of your questions, so if I do, please definitely post it again.
Yes.
Let's go to the next video, because the next video is the fun one, because she did something I hadn't even seen.
I played with it.
With the Definity adhesive, and I was all jelly over this. So let's roll video 4 and see what made me jelly.
So here, if you guys haven't played with the dip system, this is the number 3, the adhesive for the dip system. And I grabbed this beautiful color. It's like a very pearly white Sci-Fi Crush, I believe it's called. By the way, I love the names. that you guys chose.
I know,
It's
Jess.
so cute.
A lot of the names
did such
are
a
from
cute
Jess.
job. So here I just grabbed a little piece of actually extra, that little paper that you take off the forms, and I put a couple of drops of the adhesive.
Oh yeah, the paper backing.
Yes.
Those are great for a lot of things, the waxy paper.
Yes, for just, you know, designs. And I grabbed one of the Artfinity brushes, a thin one, you'll see right now. And then I dipped the brush into the adhesive to kind of use it almost like if it were polish. You just draw. I'm drawing out a rose right now. I know you guys can't really tell, but
It does. He gets
right
in
now.
really close, I promise you, because when he gets in an overhead camera, you're going to see that rose. It reminded me of doing like a matte wall and doing gloss art on your wall. Like I have a matte wall in my bedroom, and I still haven't got around to doing the gloss.
I've used the top coat to do designs like that. So here I'm just drawing out the flower, and then I grab the Sci-Fi Crush. I love that name. And using one of the little what are those called? The containers?
Oh yeah, the disposable dip trays.
Exactly, the disposable dip trays. I grabbed the pusher and I just sprinkled.
So you're catching the leftovers that are falling into the tray.
There we go. I sprinkled on top. It kind of gets a little messy, but I promise it's totally worth it.
But you can see too where you've missed, so you can go back in and add more. It's great.
So just sprinkling on top of it.
Alondra Pelagio, that's your sister, isn't
it?
She says, that's my sister. You're the best nail tech I know.
Oh, I love you. Thank you. She's at work. She's probably getting in trouble.
Don't lose your job.
Yeah.
Lisa K says she gets discouraged because tweens come into the internet with pics and expect her to recreate the same look in 45 minutes.
You know what?
You can't.
No, you can't. Do you? And then I tell everybody, not just as I used to teach, I just tell my students and I tell my clients, you have to educate your clients, whether you're doing nails, hair,
and learn
makeup.
Stuff like this.
Exactly.
Because this is quick, easy, and amazing.
And you know what? It looks it looks, you know, it's not complicated.
No.
At all.
So before she's cleaning off that excess powder, you're in the lamp because you want to get that all firmed up.
Exactly.
So you can get rid of the loose stuff.
So she's in there for 60 seconds.
Yeah, the time we edited, so don't think that was just a flash cure. That was a full minute.
Yes.
And there you go, cleaning out the excess.
Cleaning it up, and you'll be able to see.
How cute is that?
It's just a quick, easy, fun, you know, little design that you could do. And you can add more, you could do less. You could probably use the matte if you wanted to use the matte, you know. And here I grabbed the top coat.
This is the top, the top coat gel we're giving away today.
Guys, get on it because this top coat is incredible.
I love it. This and the matte.
Just the fact that it's a no wipe, you know.
Oh my God, I use it all the time.
So there I'm just covering it up, and I'm sure we were talking about this earlier, Elaine and I. You could probably even do a dusted.
Yeah, I was saying sugaring. I would even do. You could probably do, say, this top coat, cure it, and then do the Definity adhesive and do like a sugar effect. Although I will say over time sugars do wear off.
Yeah, they do.
So just be wary of that.
But that's the cool thing about all these products. You can play with them. You could do different things. So she's going to go back into the lamp right now.
I'm trying to scroll through my stuff, but I'm staying higher up because I don't want to bury this one. So while she's in the lamp, Jenny Lockhart Lester has such nice words for you. She says she's having a hard time building clientele. She works from home because she has 3 kids and it's really hard. So thanks for the advice.
Oh, no problem. You know,
see, life changing.
You guys, the group that you guys have, is it KUPA TV on Facebook?
Yeah.
It's an amazing community. You guys can go in and talk to each other and lift each other up. So I suggest you guys go check that out. Oh, here we're going to the Skittles, guys.
Oh, there's the Skittles.
It's the Skittles. This stuff, if you don't have it, I swear.
Alicia McRae thinks it's inspiring that you quit law school because she's on the fence wondering. Yeah, she's on the fence wondering if she should take the LSATs or do what she loves.
You know what? I don't want to be the your parents yell at you, but I will say one thing. I get to wake up every day and love what I do, and like Elaine said, it doesn't feel like a job. So you do what your heart desires, I guess.
Yep. You gotta, life is precious and short, and you have to make sure that you live every minute and you enjoy every minute.
Exactly.
Niece Norwood, these girls are all giving advice now to her. Like Niece is saying, I tell my clients quality over quantity.
Yes.
And you know, because I was a slow tech. I grew up in the days where we could charge $100 for a full set of nails and I could take 2 hours to do it. I didn't have competition like you guys have now. That's where, you know, learning tricks of the trade, maybe investing in e-file, practicing with it, things things to help you speed up, but don't go changing you.
Mm-hmm.
You will attract the clients who will do what you do.
Exactly.
And they'll invite their friends because, you know, word of mouth is the best way to get new clients.
Yes.
Alicia Schmidt, also a mom of 3. It's hard sometimes to find time to do clients' nails. The struggle's real, people.
It is.
Tiffany Marie says it's the best top coat ever. Let's see, Mindy Jones, so cool.
Yay, I'm glad you guys liked it. You can't tell, but I'm very, very nervous.
Yolanda Gutierrez, how do I educate our clients on different aspects?
I will say one thing, communication is key as far as, you know, how cheesy that sounds, but it's true. Sometimes clients come in thinking that they know more than you because they saw it on Facebook or they saw it on Instagram. But you just have to, you know, I always tell them,
be confident. Be
confident and explain to them, like if you're talking to a child almost, you know, this is why I do this. This is why it costs this much. And believe in yourselves, because it's not just going to school, getting your license and going to work.
No.
A lot of us techs like to take the time to further education, you know, and sometimes those classes aren't cheap.
No.
So, you know, be like, hey, you know what, I've taken the time to invest in myself, you know, please, you know, be confident in me and have that, you know, reassurance that I know what I'm doing and I just want you to have the best.
I never did this, but I always wanted to do this.
Yeah.
If Karen's still in the room, she's going to laugh her butt off at me. You know, there's always that client who thinks because we make it look so easy.
Yeah.
Let's face it, when you've been doing it for years, you make it look easy. So I always wanted to do the, here's some liquid, here's some powder, here's the brush. Go ahead and do a nail on yourself. Just because I think sometimes you do make it look so easy, your clients start to go, well, I could do this. And, you know, or they start to bully you.
Yeah.
You know, like, why did this nail pop off? But you can see damage on the nail, so they either, you know, or peeled it off. Yeah, we know what you're doing.
Happens.
But there are times too where when learning, you know, you have lifting, and so you do have to own your mistakes, and they'll have confidence.
Be honest. Just be honest with your client, and if you're not as fast as you'd like to be like, hey, you know what? Or if you don't know how to do something, be like, I'm learning. You want me to try? I'd be more than willing to.
Tiffany Marie said pretty much all that. Yolanda, I'm always honest with my clients and give them the same education. So we are on the same page, and they know I'm doing what's best for them, and that's all you can do. Alicia Schmidt says she's excited to try the Skittles nail oil. That's so funny. Jenny Lockhart Lester says, yeah, it took me 20 years to find what I love, and I love nails. I'm never going back.
There you go.
I'm sad that it took you 20 years to find it.
But you know what? Now is the best time to join the nail industry, I think, because it is booming.
It is booming.
When I started a couple, like 14 years ago, I started in Mexico. So out there, what you guys are doing here now, we were doing out there back then. It was the jewels and the 3D and things like that.
They love that.
So it's awesome. It's awesome.
My father told me not to go to school for nails. He wanted me to go for hair. He wanted me full cause. My sister was cause. And his quote was, you'll starve if you do nails. I know. But this was in the 90s, folks.
You can tell that I'm not starving.
Yeah, I'm not starving either. I've got a lot of good weight on me from eating really well. Listen, I live in California, right? We're living in California doing nails, traveling the world. I'm living all right. I got this. Niece Norwood, I used to freak out trying to get clients in and out, but I'd rather spend a couple of hours with someone making sure they'll leave and still have nails on when they get to the parking lot.
You do good. Yeah. That is perfect.
That's what you got to do is do you. Watching from Belize, love your work, Vanessa Cabrera.
Do you want me to go do your nails?
Yeah, go to Belize.
I will go to Belize.
Oh, here, Claire Hansen wants to know, how long did it take you to do a set of nails when you started being a nail tech, Gabby? Same for me. Also, you have been ill and not, also, if you have been ill and not been able to do nails for years and you start back up again, would you change how to get your clients back or what you charged prior to illness? That's a really good question. Okay, we're gonna go this one. Yeah, this is a really good question. How long did it take you? How long does it take you to do a full set of nails?
Now,
when you started, I guess.
When I started, my very first set, but it was on myself. I'll say that. It took me 8 hours. Yeah. But my first client, like the first other person, is actually my sister, bless her heart, for her quinceañera. I did her nails, and it took me like 3 hours. So don't get discouraged if you're not fast.
Listen, I was in the heat, the pinnacle of my career as an educator, still doing 2-hour sets.
See?
I was not, I used to say to people, listen, honey, I'm a sit-down dinner. I am not fast food.
Exactly.
So you're going to sit in my chair, you're going to get a beautiful set of nails, but it's going to take me time. And I also was smart enough to get out. When everything became about speed and the price went down, I went manufacturing.
Yes.
It's too funny. On the illness part, this is one thing that when I give business classes, really, oops, I hit my mic, sorry, that I really, this is the only thing about the nail industry that hurts me to the aching of my joints. It's residual income, okay, ladies and gentlemen, is money that you make when you are sitting here watching this. If you're able to do residual income, it's money's coming in no matter where you are or what you're doing. Making a paycheck for working 2 hours or 4 hours or 8 hours, that's not residual income. You have to be physically working in order to make that money. The nail industry has very few opportunities to do residual income, and that's why manufacturers and business people are always saying retail, 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 because that's the only opportunity you have. You could be working with a client over here and somebody's buying stuff over there and you got retail. It's not true residual because when your salon's closed, you're not selling money. Unless maybe you have an online website. That makes sense. Which in today's day and age is pretty easy, possible. It's pretty cheap. But when you have an illness and you have to stop working, the dollars stop coming in, and that's painful for our industry. Going back, I've never left and come back. You have because you had a baby. So this is a better question for you.
And it's difficult. I will say it's one thing. For me personally, I still charge the same because I wasn't gone for too long. It was October when I stopped, and I started back up like 2 months ago. So I didn't stop, but I can understand why the question. Because you do get rusty. You know, maybe your
I'm rusty.
Your end result isn't the same. But I also think it has to do with you personally. If it's been a couple years, you might want to start. You know, if you used to charge 50, you can, you know, charge 30 or 35. You know, it just depends. It's okay
to charge less when you're first starting out because you're learning and practicing, but make sure you charge more once you become.
When you get good, charge your worth, I always say. If you don't charge your worth, then your clients aren't going to.
That I always find is a hard point,
It is.
We're emotional creatures, artists, and it's hard for us to ask for the money that we definitely should ask for because that's what you should be getting. But in our nature, we're nurturing. Artists just are nurturing, and you want to give it all away.
You do. I always say if I ever win the lottery, I will do this for free, and you could quote me on that. I just bought a lottery ticket, so
I would have. Totally would have. Now I've seen the other side of the life. My brain has gotten far more analytical and more business now, and I'm like, oh, I like closing a deal.
Right.
So I don't have any other questions. It looks like it's good. And we went to video 4. We saw the finish. So. Yeah, we did. Oh my gosh, I've been talking so long, I forgot we had done it. I have a winner for today.
You do?
I do, for today's giveaway.
Let's see who it is.
Sarah has sent me the winner, and I have it here on my phone. Congratulations to Mindy Jones.
Mindy.
Sarah's going to post a number for you to contact us so we can make sure that we get you your giveaway gift. Congratulations.
Yes.
Don't forget everybody else, though. Just because you didn't win doesn't mean you can't win. You get to use promo code KTV7, I almost said the wrong number, at KUPAInc.com. You get 25% off, excluding, though, past parts and services, repairs, classes, and the workbooks. I also want to tell y'all that next week is going to be a really special show.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have a really special guest, and I don't normally announce them ahead of time, but next week on our show, we're going to have Jan Arnold, who is the queen bee of C&D, and Beth Livesay from Nails Magazine, because it's the final NTNA sort of recap show before Orlando.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I can't believe it's all
Jan's coming in. She's going to be on set. We're going to do a little montage of her life. I've got all these pictures of how we met and how we've become buddies and how Beth has gotten involved with her in NTNA.
That's exciting.
It's going to be a fun episode.
That's going to be fun.
So you're definitely going to want to tune in for that. Also, if you're going to be in Orlando, There's going to be, of course, a big Saturday night networking event, and the winner of the NTNA will be announced. So if you're going to be in Orlando and you're attending the premiere show, make sure you come visit us at the KUPA booth, which is 2343. 2343. We're going to be there. We're going to have 6 educators there demoing. We have a huge booth. We have amazing deals at the whole event. So if you go to the event now, if you guys go to the event and you go to that networking and you go to the awards, do not be shy.
Say hi.
Yeah, come say hi, please, because I kind of stand there going,
just like,
why isn't everybody talking to me? Like,
I'm
don't
guilty
be shy.
of that, though. I saw you one time at a show and I was like,
don't ever. Here's my advice to anybody who feels shy. Don't ever be shy. I am so flattered when people want to talk to me, but on the other hand, I have a hard time walking up to people because I'm no ego girl. I'm not gonna walk up to you and assume you want to talk to me. But yeah, if I'm surrounded by people, it's just my peeps. They'll be excited to see you too. So come say hi. So that is all I've got to announce. Gabby, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
For coming in today.
It's so much fun.
Listen, I want to plug your social media. How do we follow you?
I have an Instagram. If you guys have Instagram, it is polished_productions. And if you want to see a little behind the scenes of me and my daughter doing each other's nails, I have Polished Pro on Snapchat.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
And of course, if you want to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, we're at KUPA Inc. And if you want to follow us on Instagram, we're at KUPA_TV. Thank you all for tuning in every week. We appreciate it. We hope to see you next week, Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And have a wonderful week. We'll see you next week.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.
The new matte black finish. Stylish, ultra smooth, quiet, vibration free, and acetone resistant. I am Manny Pro Passport. Together, the brand new ergonomically correct KP60 handpiece, which is more compact, lightweight, and more powerful than ever before. We are Phantom. For more information, contact us at 1-800-994-5872 or visit us online at www.kupainc.com.